Right then folks, what we're going to look at now is moving on from the previous video where we looked at the CEFO, which is the fighting order kit. What we're now going to look at is the CEMO, which is complete equipment marching order. Okay, so that's the rest of the field equipment that you're going to need when out on exercise, which will be packed in either a Burgan or the standard issue patrol pack, which you'll draw from your county stores. Starting from the right hand side then, we're going to look at the roll mat, rolled nice and tightly and fixed together with some straps for ease of fixing to the Burgan. Moving on, we've got a waterproof trousers and waterproof jacket and the rifle cleaning kit as issued by the quartermaster when drawing the rest of the stores required for the exercise. Couple of bin bags, always important to make sure that you tidy up your waste as you go. One, to look after the environment, and two, to make sure that you leave no signs that you was in that location that the enemy might be able to trace your steps. Moving on, we've got a Hessian sack which will be used at the end of the exercise for collecting all of the brass, the empty cases and any pyrotechnics component parts as part of the cleanup procedure. Onto the front of the basher, you can see here that we've got a wash kit. Within the wash kit is a selection of items. You've got a collapsible toothbrush, little set of toothpaste, some shaving foam and a razor. A little tin of deodorant and some hand wash. That's the basics of what you'll need for out in the field. Really easy to purchase from Asda or other supermarkets in the holiday section, or you can have a look at proper army style wash kits which can be purchased from any army surplus. So what we'll do first of all is we'll pack that away. And then that can be simply rolled into itself and then rolled into the towel, which is the other part of your wash kit, keeping it all nice and neat. You've then got your boot cleaning kit, which consists of polish, polishing rag, an on brush and an off brush. Also, what I keep in my boot cleaning kit pouch is I'll have a small sewing kit just in case I get any rips or tears on my uniform while out on exercise. So I'll just put all that away quickly. And then that's ready to go in the Burgan as well. Moving on then, spare underwear, spare socks and some foot powder. That's basically talcum powder, really great for your feet when you've been out on patrol all day, or if your feet have got wet. Nothing better than taking a pair of your dirty socks off, cleaning your feet down with some talc and putting a fresh pair of socks on. Really good part of your personal admin when in the field. Moving on, you'll see we've got the basher kit. This consists of a poncho, some bungees and a minimum of 4 tent pegs. Extreme cold weather kit. We have an army issued fleece or any other form of warm clothing, whatever you can get your hands on really. Spare issue shirt and spare t-shirt. So this consists of a full spare set of kit in case you do get wet. A central part of packing your marching order equipment is making sure where possible that you waterproof your kit where you can. So what you would normally do is you would use a separate waterproof pouch where you will place your fleece, your spare shirts, and your underwear in its own separate waterproof pouch. And this will be the first thing that goes into the patrol pack. This goes right at the bottom. So let's get that in there now. Moving on, we'll have a Gore-Tex bivy bag or a waterproof sleeping bag liner and your sleeping bag. You'll notice that the sleeping bag isn't in its normal stuff sack. Okay, when going out in the field, you need to make sure that that's left back at the barracks, and what you will do is you will place your sleeping bag in the bivy bag. This plays a crucial part in waterproofing your sleeping bag, because there's nothing worse than getting in a wet sleeping bag after a long day. And once that's in there like that, that's the next piece of kit that goes into the Burgan, and you will treat the Burgan like a stuff sack by simply placing and stuffing the sleeping bag within that bivy bag into the bag itself. Once the sleeping bag is stuffed into position, you can then place your wash kit and your boot cleaning kit in there before tightening up your straps. And at this stage, before clipping the top section on, we'll then move on to the side pouches. For easy access, you want your waterproofs either left or right hand side, whichever is your personal preference, it doesn't matter, just as long as they're easily accessible. So you place your waterproofs in, along with your bin bags and the foot powder, so as it's easily accessible. And do up the drawstring and clip in that pouch. On the other side then, you've got the basher kit, the poncho, the bungees and the pegs. We're on about looking at the tactics to stop any noise in the moving kit. You could use an elastic band or a spare twister or something just to wrap around the pegs tightly to stop that rattle noise when they're in the pouch. You've also got the Hessian sack, which can also go in that side as well. Then finally, that's the majority of your marching order kit packed. Then you simply grab the roll mat, place it over the top, pull the top flap over, loosen the straps to allow it to clip in. And then once it's clipped in, you just stand it up, lean forward on the Burgan, and it pulls the straps nice and tight. Finally, rifle cleaning kit can then go in the top pouch, so as it's easily accessible. And that is the marching order equipment fully packed. The only other thing then that you need to consider is your rations. Within the rat pack, what you would normally do is, depending on the patrol or the time frame that you're going to be out in just fighting order, you will break down the rations that you need for that particular patrol or exercise into your fighting order kit, and then the rest of the kit gets broke down into the main Burgan as part of the marching order. What you need to do there is make sure that all the waste goes with you and is packed down accordingly. And that's the kit packing of CEMO.